You need to find a way to trace all the detail before starting painting to do that kind of makeup. But which eyeliner to use? So come with me and my quest for the best eyeliner for tracing for cosplay SFX makeup. Hello shapeshifter and doppelgangers alike, I'm Marc Jacobs Cosplay and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about tracing. Basically, which products are the best to add all those lines to your face before starting to fill it with colors with different products. Or basically, how to turn your face into a coloring book page before starting to fill it with colors. So before we jump into the subjects, just some quick reminder, you can give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel for some cosplay SFX makeup tips and tricks. You can also look at all the picture of my makeup on my Instagram account, and you can find the link in the description. So I want to go through my quest for the best tracing product by presenting all the products in chronological order. Basically, what are the first product I tried to do tracing on my face, why I didn't like them, what were the things that I think needed improvement, and basically what are the reasons why I searched for a better product, and so on until I reach a product that I'm finally happy with and I've been using for a really long time. So let's start the quest with the first product I have ever tried. So the first type of product that I ever tried was liquid liner. So this is actually the first product ever I bought. This is the Revlon Color Stay, the first liner I bought to do tracing. I think it's a bad liner right from the start. It have a round point, which is a nonsense to be precise. I suppose that you have to dot the lines on your face, but I think right from the start I had already a bad liner. But even if you take a better liner, like this one's from Smashbox, I mean, normally liner you have like a sharp tip that allow you to be precise. Whatever liner, I think it's a bad idea, because first thing I noticed is when you do like a cat eye, you're holding your pen in the right way, you're holding it like that so the product can flow through. But when you're drawing all over your face, you may, especially if you're drawing teeth over your mouth, you will hold the product backward and the liquid will not flow easily out. So that was already the first problem I had with it. Also, even if you're using like a drugstore liquid liner, it ends up being expensive because there's not a lot of product in those liquid liner pen. Sometimes you barely have a milliliter of the product. So it's alright to do a beauty makeup cat eye, but for tracing a whole face, it will be really costly at the end. Also, the other problem is that most liquid liner are black, and black can be a problematic color, especially if you're working with lighter color, like with white body paint. So the liner have a better chance of showing through, which is not the thing that you want. So that were the main reason why I didn't use liquid liner for long, and I searched for a better product. So the second product that I ever tried are regular eyeliner pencil like this one from NYX. So basically, honestly, I do think they do a good job. The product is really soft and does apply generously on your skin when you're doing your lines. The kind of problem I had with it is obviously normally you use them only like for lines all around your eye, which are not big, so you rarely have to sharpen them. But for doing a whole face with different lines, you do need to sharpen them more often because the product is quite soft. So in that scenario, I mean, sharpening it like 4 or 5 times was not that much of an issue. It was just that when the product is out, you have that black wrapping around the product, which is in the pencil, but that wrapping doesn't sharpen equally. So you have it's kind of broken down into dents, so when you're tracing and you're reaching the end of the product and you need to sharpen again, those dents will scratch your skin. So that was the main issue I had with those. Obviously, as I said, if you're doing it only as an eyeliner, they do an incredible job. I still use especially those color to do some very little precise highlight because of color like silver and gold. So they are a good product, but I wanted to try a third approach. So for my third try, I didn't try a new makeup product, but I tried different tools instead. So I tried a small paintbrush and an eyeshadow lining brush. So basically my idea was I would use a small paintbrush and body paint, or I will use the lining brush with eyeshadow. And it was a bad idea because it just takes forever. Basically, like with the small paintbrush, because it is very small, it cannot hold a lot of product, so you always have to dip back in the pan and it takes forever. The other problem that I had is, let's say you're tracing with black body paint, so when you apply color really close to it, you have chances that it mix back and it smudges. So let's say you're tracing with black body paint or gray body paint, then you're applying a very light color like white or yellow, you're getting close to those lines, they will mix up. That mixing problem was not a problem with the eyeshadow brush, but it's just that obviously it doesn't take a lot of product on, so doing a whole face using a small liner brush just takes forever. So that were the reason why I started to look for a fourth different way of tracing my face. So the fourth product that I've ever tried is this Sephora eyeliner. So basically, I discovered it when I was preparing for my first cosplay masquerade ever, which was Phoenix God of Deception from Magic the Gathering. So I had a mask painted on my face, and out of it there was some kind of space, galaxy patterns and star and everything. So, but for doing my mask, I wanted to do lines, but because it was yellow and gold and very light colors, I wanted something that wouldn't show through like something black. I wanted basically a yellow or golden or light brown eyeliner. So I found this Sephora product and I wanted to give it a try. The first thing I really liked that I thought was kind of a novelty is that you have a little eraser at the tip of it. So I thought it was really interesting for tracing. The other thing is, okay, I have to say it is empty. I kept it only for the sole purpose of this video. But the other thing that I found really interesting was that it's the kind of product that you just have to rotate and the product came out of the pen. So obviously you don't need to sharpen it. The product is really creamy, it applied very well on my skin. I did 5 makeup with it and it's gone. That was a big problem I had with it. It was a very, very good product. I really love the eraser. It was really good for tracing. But I did only 5 makeups and it was out. So I think it would be kind of expensive to keep using that product. So I was like, I love the idea, I love the formula, I love the idea of it, the formula that you just don't have to sharpen it, but I wish it could just last longer. So that was the main reason why I looked for another product. So the 5th product that I've ever tried are the Marc Jacobs Beauty Eyeliner. So basically when I went to Sephora for my Phoenix cosplay in preparation for my first masquerade, I hesitated between the Sephora one and the Marc Jacobs one. I bought the Sephora one because they were cheaper, so when I realized that, yeah, I do have some kind of problem with them, they don't last long, so I was, hey, I will give the Marc Jacobs one a try. So basically it's a similar, not formula, but concept. It is a kind of pencil that you turn to get the products out. They are really good. They are a little more stiffer, they are a little less creamy, so they apply slower on the, not they apply slower on the face, but you get through the product way slower. They last longer. The other thing is, because they are a little more big, it's hard to be precise with them. They still give you a kind of sharpener at the end, but they don't stay sharp very long, and at the end you still get that more blunt and an application pretty much all the time. So they are not really good to do precise tracing. On the other hand, they have another version of it that is way more similar to the Sephora one I showed, which is a more creamier product, but the pen is way more thinner, so there's also this version. I really like them, but actually they are kind of expensive. They are like $30, $35 each, so I mean it's something to consider. I do really love them and I use them. Those are the main eyeliner that I use on my waterline and pretty much all makeup that I do. So they may not be the best for tracing, but I do believe they are really, really good eyeliner. I really loved it. I really used it. So I just wanted to give it a try to a different product, and I think I finally found the right one. And now, at the end of my quest for the best tracing product, the product that I still use to this day, and I do believe is the best product that I've tried so far, is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. If you remember when I talked about the NYX one, the thing that I didn't like is that kind of black wrapping, when you sharpen it, it doesn't sharpen equally, so because it kind of go out in chunks. So with this one, the pencil are actually made of wood, so they do sharpen way more equally, and they are not scratchy when you run out on your face. The other thing is that the consistency of them is way more similar to the Marc Jacobs one, so they are a little more stiffer and they last longer. The thing is, the Artist Color Pencil are actually a product that you can use both as an eyeliner and a lip liner, so that is a very interesting characteristic that you don't find into a lot of product. So I think they are really interesting. I use them mostly to trace my face. I do also use them as actually an eyeliner. I do have to say that for an eyeliner I still prefer the Marc Jacobs one, but for tracing the Makeup Forever one are really good. You don't have to sharpen them too much. Generally I sharpen them once before I start and maybe once when I'm doing it, so they are really great product. Also, you do have a wide selection of color, so yeah, so this is my holy grail for tracing. So I wanted to end this video by answering some question about eyeliner and tracing in general. So the first thing I want to talk is there's actually some product that I talked about in the video that you can get for free. If you go to Sephora and you're a member of the VIP reward program, because yes, I am a very important beauty, you can actually get those baby eyeliner. They're so cute. So you can get the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in sample size. You can trade 100 points generally to get them. Even in a small size they can last really long, especially if you use it only around your eyes. Honestly, whenever I think I saw them twice since I started, and every time I see them I pick them up and I do run through them just applying it over my waterline, and they last long. They're also the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil that do appear. This one, it's not brand new, I still used it, so it's not as long as it originally was, but generally they are half the size of a regular Artist Color Pencil, so it's totally worth trading 100 points to get them. The other thing is which color of eyeliner are the best to use for tracing. Basically what I do is I have 3 colors at my disposition. I love to have a white one. White is very good if you're working with light color, if you want to draw teeth over your lips, or if you want to mark some highlight spot on your face. Otherwise, I love to have a warm neutral tone and a cold neutral tone. So basically for the warmth I prefer to have some brown, hazel, light browns, color like that, and for the cold one I generally use gray. I will use the warm tones if I'm working more with skin color tones, like beige or darker browns or things like that. And generally when I use body paint with more unusual color, I prefer to have the gray one. The other thing is, what is the difference between using an eyeliner and a lip liner? The difference is the chemical they are put in the product. The thing is, you have some chemical that can be harmful if you put them around your eyes. So that's the main difference between an eyeliner and a lip liner. If you're doing products for the lips, you don't have to worry about those not eye-safe products, and you can use them because some of them may help the product to stay on your lips. So basically, if you use an eyeliner on your lips, it's safe, but it may just not be a good lip product. But if you take a lip liner and applying on your waterline or close to your eye, it may actually be harmful. There's some lip liner that contain flavors, that some may have a kind of plumbing effect. They may contain menthol or things like that, so they can actually irritate your eyes. So that's the reason why it is better to use an eyeliner, and that's the reason why I use them to trace all over my face. They are safer. Also, generally with eyeliner, I do think they are more interesting colors, because obviously with lip liner you will have a lot of red, pink, purple, which are not necessarily neutral colors. The thing is also, it is easier to remove an eyeliner, especially if you apply primer on your face. A lot of the time you can swipe them up with your fingers, which may be harder to do with a lip liner. So these are mainly the difference between eyeliner and lip liner, and the reason why I prefer to use eyeliners. So is there any eyeliner that, or any other product that would be good for tracing and I don't know about? If so, leave it in the comments down below. And now I'm back with makeup on. So I did a cosplay face paint of a Revenant from the game Doom Eternal. I mixed in some element also from the game Doom 2016. So I hope you really enjoyed the video. If so, feel free to give a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in another video. Bye!